What is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. This is Dr. Hammerstang, and today we'll be doing a speed, ramp, temperature, Geekbench and a 3DMark test over here between two very nice and interesting and similar phones over here. In the first corner over here we have the Honor 50, and inside here it does come with the Snapdragon 778, 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. In the other corner over here we have the Galaxy A52s 5G, and it also does come with the Snapdragon 778, 8 gigs of RAM and 256 gigs of storage. So what we are going to do over here is to check out the temperatures, 32.3, and over here 32.0. So it's very similar indeed. And first thing we're going to do over here is to boot up these two phones and see which one would start up faster. Alright, and of course both of these two phones have been charged up to 100% to make this a fair comparison. And in terms of the brightness, later I'm going to show you, both of them are at the same settings. Alright, so we're done here with the A52s, and over here, right behind it, we are done here with the Honor 50. So over here, in terms of the brightness, we're going to max this out over here on both of these two phones, and in terms of the refresh rate here as well, you're going to run this at 120 Hz. In terms of the connection over here, both of these two phones are going to be running this with the same Wi-Fi network as well, and of course location is on. Every other form of connection is disabled on both of these two phones. Let's go to the calendar over here. Both of them are ready to go. These are the apps that we're going to test out. In terms of the apps behind, all apps have been closed before we start this test. And in terms of temperatures over here, let's check out over here. 22.9, and on the Honor 50, 32.8. So very similar indeed. So let's go over here. 1, 2, 3, let's go. Alright, so it looks like we're done here with the Honor 50 with the A52s just right behind it over here. Now let's go on to the Pokemon Go. Alright, done here with the Honor 50, and again the A52s is just slightly behind it over here. Now let's go on to YouTube. Okay, about the same I would say. Let's go on to Instagram. Okay, about the same as well. Let's go on to the PUBG Mobile, a very huge app over here. Let's see if it's able to catch up over here on the A52s. Okay, so as we can see, it was very similar on both phones, both coming in at about the same time. Alright, now let's check out the temperatures over here. 34.6, and let's check out over here. 34.2, so slightly better on the Honor 50, not much difference. Let's go on to Chrome. Think the A52s. Let's go on to Facebook. About the same, I would say. Let's go on to Shopee. Okay, about the same. Let's go on to YouTube Music. Okay, I think the Honor 50. Alright, next up we go to settings. About the same. Let's go to Manchester United. I'm going to uninstall this app over here. Very disappointing results over here. As we can see, I think it was pretty similar. Alright, let's go on to the Premier League. Okay, again, about the same. Let's go on to Netflix. Faster over here. Let's go on to the camera app. Okay, let's go on and switch it around. Okay, so it does take some time for the Honor 50 because it kind of changes modes over here. Go to TikTok. I think about the same. Let's go on to Twitter. I think the Honor 50 slightly ahead. Let's go on to the Play Store over here. So very similar performance indeed. I think the Honor 50 is just slightly ahead in terms of temperatures. 35.4 over here. 35.0. So yes, better here on the Honor 50. Let's do a RAM test over here. Okay, both of them holding up very well. Let's go to Pokemon Go. Again, both of them doing a good job over here. Let's go to Instagram. Any refreshes over here? Not too much, I would say. And then what's Fred doing over there? Get out, you clown. Okay, so yes, RAM management on both phones really good over here. Go to Play Store, both alright. Let's go to Twitter. Okay, so both of them in terms of RAM management, very similar, and of course really good in terms of speed as well. Both of them are pretty similar. Alright, so now we're going to do a GPU test on both of these two phones. So both of these two phones can export it into 4K at 30 FPS, and we're going to see which one would come out on top in this GPU test. Over here, it looks like the A52s is having a lead over here, quite a commanding lead over the Honor 50. And looks like it's almost done over here. And yes, it's going to be done over here on the A52s. And let's check out the temperatures over here. 35.7, and over here it's gonna be done. Let's give it some little bit more time for the Honor 50 to finish up. And it's done. Let's check out the temperatures over here. 35.4. So yes, again, very similar in both of these two phones. Okay, so now moving forward, we're going to do a Geekbench test on both of these two phones. And of course, I've cleared all the apps behind. And in terms of temperature, both of them are pretty similar over here. In terms of the front temperature, 36.1. Over here, 36.2. On the back as well, they're quite similar. So let's run this test over here. In terms of the battery, still here's about 100%. Over here, 4300 mAh of battery. Over here, 4500 mAh of battery, but it has gone down to 99%. Okay, and I'll see you guys at the end when we do get the results. Alright, so we are done over here, and of course in terms of the speed, both of them are actually very similar. And of course in terms of the scores, as we can see, it's quite interesting. This one did finish faster here on the A52s, but it did give a slightly lower score over here compared to the Honor 50. And in terms of the multi-core score as well, as we can see, the Honor 50 does take the cake. In terms of the history over here, as you can see, the scores are not, to say, very consistent over here. I did score a 500 once, but over here it's pretty consistent at about the 780 mark. And before we go on to the next test, let's go on to check out the temperatures. 36.2, and over here 36.2. So yes, very similar indeed. Alright, so now let's go on to the 3DMark test over here, and let's run this one over here. In terms of battery, here 98%, here on the Honor 50 still at 100%. Alright, so we are done here with both of these two phones, and in terms again of the score, surprisingly over here, the A52s does score a little bit higher over here in terms of the average frame rate, 15 compared to the 14.9 over here. To be honest, not much of a difference. Now let's run a slingshot test on both of these two phones. Over here in terms of battery, 97%, still here at 100%. And again, I'll see you guys at the end when we do get the results. Alright, so we are done over here, and again, I think with the A52s, it does score better over here, unlike the Geekbench scores. 6004 against 6002 in terms of the FPS over here. It does tend to perform a little bit better compared to the Honor 50. And let's check out the temperatures over here. 36.6, still pretty decent, and on the back over here, 36.5, so very, very similar indeed. So yes, these are the scores you're gonna get in terms of performance. As you can see, they are very, very similar to each other. So if you guys did enjoy this video and also want to see more of these type of videos, do click the like and smash that subscribe button down below for more videos like this in the future. Do also follow me on my social as well on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and also here on YouTube at Dr. Hammerstack. So that is it. This is Dr. Hammerstack. Stay safe, take care, and wash those hands.